Have you ever felt the overwhelming weight of emotional attachment, like a stormy sea tossing your heart with no land in sight? Does the thought of freeing yourself from these turbulent emotions seem as elusive as capturing a fleeting shadow? You are not alone in this struggle. Many find themselves ensnared in the intricate web of emotional bonds, feeling powerless and trapped. But what if I told you that mastering the art of emotional detachment is not only possible, but well within your reach? Inspired by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophers such as Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, we invite you to embark on a transformative journey with us. In this exploration of Stoicism lessons, we will uncover practical and profound strategies to help you detach from emotions and reclaim your peace of mind. Imagine living a life where your inner calm is as unshakable as a mighty oak, regardless of the storms that rage around you. This video will guide you through the essential steps of how to emotionally detach from someone or something that weighs heavily on your heart. By embracing these Stoic principles, you can learn how to let go of the psychological shackles that bind you and find a newfound clarity and focus on what truly matters. Are you ready to discover how to detach from emotions and step into a world of emotional freedom? Join us as we delve into the secrets of how to easily detach emotions from someone that anyone can do, and let the wisdom of Stoicism illuminate your path to serenity and strength. 1. The power of detachment. Have you ever felt like your emotions are strings tied to a marionette, manipulated by someone else? Have you ever wondered how much control you've relinquished to others simply because of your attachments? This is where the power of detachment comes into play. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you start living a life where your peace and happiness are not dictated by external factors. Why is detachment so transformative? Reflect on the wisdom of Epictetus, who said, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them." Understanding emotional detachment is about reclaiming your power, recognizing that while you cannot control external events, you can control your response to them. Consider this. When we cling too tightly to people or situations, they begin to dominate us. It's like handing someone else the reins to your emotions, allowing them to steer your mood at will. Their influence can dictate your happiness, your sorrow, and in extreme cases, lead you to make irreversible decisions. Detachment is about reclaiming those reins and deciding for yourself which direction to take. Imagine your emotions as a fleet of ships in a vast ocean, each vessel tethered to an anchor. If you hold on to too many anchors or one too tightly, you are at the mercy of the tides. Stoicism teaches us to release these anchors, understanding that while we can't control the tides, we can choose which anchors to let go. This approach doesn't render you cold or indifferent. It makes you grounded and resilient. Begin by identifying what or who you're overly attached to. Then, ask yourself why you are seeking validation, fearing loneliness, or something else. Understanding the root of your attachment is the first step in loosening its grip. Next, engage in activities that fill you with a sense of purpose and satisfaction. By focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't, you start to anchor yourself in your own strength and values. As you embrace detachment, you will begin to see the world differently. You will recognize that your worth is not tied to external circumstances, but is intrinsic and unwavering. This realization empowers you to move forward with clarity and confidence, free from the mental shackles of attachment. Remember, as Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." By practicing detachment, you are not withdrawing from life, but engaging with it more fully, with a clear mind and a steady heart. If you found this principle valuable, share this video with your loved ones. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Stoicism Awakened channel for more insightful lessons in Stoicism. Now, let's continue exploring the next principle. 2. The illusion of ego. Sometimes our ego makes us believe we are not good enough or that others have a better life, leading us into a trap where we cling to others for recognition. This misconception often leads us to idolize individuals, placing them on pedestals as if they possess something unattainable. However, when we are stripped to our core in critical moments of life, we realize that no one holds a special ticket. We are all equally vulnerable, equally human. The key is to face this illusion directly, seeing it for what it is, and not letting it distort our perception of ourselves or others. Let's talk about confidence and inner healing for a moment. Reminding yourself that you are amazing, special, and unique is entirely normal. It's a healthy practice to build self-esteem and nurture your inner child. However, embracing this mindset doesn't mean viewing others as inferior or detaching yourself from the shared human experience. Instead, it's about recognizing that while each of us has our own path, no path is inherently superior to another. Our stories are threads woven into the vast tapestry of life, each one equally important. Now, let's discuss detachment, especially in relationships. It's easy to fall into a scarcity mindset, fearing the loss of someone special and irreplaceable. This thought pattern is a direct offspring of our ego whispering lies about scarcity and limitation. The reality is that enforcing emotional detachment is not about denying emotions or becoming indifferent, but about embracing the abundance of the universe and our capacity to love. It's the acknowledgement that while someone may be special to us, our completeness does not depend on their presence. This realization frees us from fear-based attachment, empowering us to love freely without desperate clinging. Finally, in harmony with Stoic philosophy, viewing everyone, including ourselves, through the lens of equality is immensely valuable. Each person we meet, each person we may lose, plays a role in our journey, just as we do in theirs. But no role is irreplaceable. By internalizing this, we nurture profound emotional strength, preparing us to face life's uncertainties with grace. The Stoics taught us the importance of focusing on what we can control, our perceptions, actions, and will. Applying this to relationships and detachment, we find the path to true peace and resilience, stripping away the illusions created by the ego and embracing the liberating truth of our shared humanity. 3. Setting healthy boundaries. Do you struggle to say no or set limits with others? Setting healthy boundaries is crucial for emotional detachment. Boundaries protect your well-being and give you control over your emotional space. Identify what behaviors are acceptable and what aren't, and communicate these clearly to others. By respecting your own limits, you reinforce your self-worth and reduce dependency on others for validation or happiness. When you set boundaries, you define the line between where you end and another person begins. This practice helps prevent emotional entanglement and promotes a sense of autonomy. For instance, if someone's behavior is causing you stress, calmly but firmly express your need for space or a change in interaction. This isn't about pushing people away, but about protecting your mental and emotional health. As you establish these limits, remember that boundaries are a form of self-respect. They signal to others that you value yourself and your needs. Over time, consistent boundary setting helps you cultivate healthier relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. It's a proactive step toward emotional independence, ensuring that your peace of mind isn't contingent on the actions or approval of others. By setting and maintaining healthy boundaries, you create a safe emotional environment where you can thrive. This empowers you to focus on your own growth and well-being, fostering a stronger sense of self and enhancing your overall quality of life. 4. Understanding attachment. You need to realize that when you are attached to something, you are acting from your ego. Strip away the complexities and return to basic. We are beings of love at our core. Think of a newborn baby, radiating joy, untouched by the complexities of ego. However, as we grow, our ego takes the driver's seat, filling our lives with attachment. These attachments, whether to people or ideals, cloud our judgment and distract us from our essence, which is love. Remember that attachment is the ego's game, completely opposed to love and self-contentment. If we step back and view our desires and connections through this lens, we begin to see the unnecessary weight they add to our lives. Imagine a life lived from a place of love, not ego. Imagine the freedom of not desperately clinging to outcomes, people, or status. Living from love allows you to trust in abundance, believing that what is meant for you find its way to you. This is not wishful thinking. It's a deep belief in your inherent worth and capabilities. It allows you to let go, recognizing that attachments are merely anchors limiting the vast ocean you were born to explore. So, how do we begin to disentangle ourselves from these anchors? Start by acknowledging attachment. See it for what it is, product of your ego seeking security and validation. Next, shift your perspective. Understand that your value is not tied to this attachment. Your essence, your core is enough. This understanding doesn't happen overnight. It's a conscious practice, a deliberate choice to prioritize your inner peace over external validation. Finally, embrace the concept of abundance. When you let go of the fear of loss, the universe has a way of rewarding you with more than what you let go of. Attachment doesn't mean you care less. It means you understand better. It means staying true to your essence, letting love guide you rather than fear. The journey towards detachment is transformative. It's about shedding layers of ego to uncover the love-filled, resilient soul within. It's about moving forward with lightness, unburdened by the weight of attachment, ready to welcome new blessings with open arms and a steadfast heart. 5. Reframe your thoughts. Reframing your thoughts is a powerful tool for emotional detachment. It involves changing the way you perceive and interpret situations, helping you break free from negative thought patterns and emotional dependency. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once advised, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. By changing your thoughts, you change your emotional state and overall perspective on life. Start by identifying the negative thoughts that keep you attached. These might include beliefs like, I can't live without this person, I'll never find someone else, or my happiness depends on them. Such thoughts create a sense of dependency and helplessness. Recognizing these patterns is the first step towards changing them. Next, challenge these thoughts by questioning their validity. Ask yourself, is this thought absolutely true? What evidence do I have to support this belief? Often, you'll find that these thoughts are exaggerated or unfounded. This realization can weaken their grip on your emotions. Once you've identified and challenged your negative thoughts, replace them with positive or neutral ones. Instead of, I can't live without this person, try, I am capable of finding happiness and fulfillment on my own. Replace, I'll never find someone else with, there are many opportunities for love and connection in my future. These new thoughts should reflect a more balanced and empowering perspective. To reinforce these new thought patterns, practice daily affirmations. Write down positive statements about yourself and your ability to thrive independently, and read them aloud each day. Over time, these affirmations can help rewire your brain to adopt a more positive outlook. Additionally, mindfulness techniques such as meditation can support your efforts to reframe your thoughts. Mindfulness helps you become aware of your thought patterns without judgment, allowing you to observe and change them more effectively. Reframing your thoughts is not a one-time effort, but an ongoing practice. By consistently challenging and changing your negative beliefs, you build emotional resilience and gain greater control over your reactions. This shift in mindset fosters a sense of inner strength and detachment, empowering you to move forward with confidence and clarity. 6. Detachment in practice. The issue is that you must be willing to let go of past experiences. You must be willing to let go of past relationships. It's like holding on to a rope so tightly that your hands start to ache, but you're afraid to let go because you don't know what will happen if you do. Let me tell you that letting go doesn't mean you'll fall. Sometimes it means you can finally stretch your hands and reach out for something even better. I had to learn this the hard way when I clung to a comfortable relationship because it felt safe, not realizing I was closing doors to potential happiness knocking at my door. Here's another truth. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, as we call it, is a trap. It's like watching everyone else's highlight reel on social media while you think you're missing out on life. That's not real life. It's a curated, filtered snapshot meant to showcase a perfect moment. Once I stopped scrolling through everyone else's stories and started living my own, FOMO lost its power over me. Not knowing every detail of someone else's life doesn't mean you're missing out. It means you're fully present in your own life, creating memorable moments that belong to you and you alone. Attachment to a false image of happiness can make letting go seem impossible. You see others living their best life and fear that you're falling behind, that you may never have what they have. But remember, the grass only looks greener from a distance. Up close, you'll see it has its share of brown patches too. Creating an illusion of perfection in someone else's life steals joy from your own. It's like running on a treadmill trying to catch up to a hologram. No matter how fast you go, you'll never reach it, because it's not real. Detachment isn't about giving up happiness. It's about defining it on your own terms. So, to emotionally detach, follow the Stoic principle. Focus on what is within your control. Thoughts, your actions, your growth. It's empowering to realize that no one's opinion, no past relationship, not even a glittering life on social media has the power to define your worth or your happiness. This realization is your armor. It allows you to move forward unburdened by unnecessary attachments, free to experience life in all its unpredictability, and open to the genuine connections waiting just around the corner. Remember, letting go isn't an end. It's a bold step toward the life you truly deserve. 7. Path to happiness. Where does true value come from? The question that, when answered, can pivot us away from unnecessary attachments and towards a state of emotional freedom. Understanding this concept is particularly crucial when the challenge is to detach from someone, a process deeply rooted in the principles of Stoicism. It's not about severing ties with malice or indifference, but about recognizing that the most profound form of companionship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. True value, it turns out, stems from within. Your character, your wisdom, how you treat others. It's easy to think that happiness is locked in someone else's presence in our lives, that our worth climbs with their approval or dips with their neglect. However, this mindset chains us, reducing our vast potential to the whims of another. Like a bird believing it needs permission to fly, we limit our emotional skies. Imagine instead realizing that the sky has always been open, waiting for you to spread your wings on your own terms. This self-reliance is liberating, teaching us that our value does not fluctuate with others' opinions or presence. Detachment, therefore, isn't an act of pushing someone away, but drawing ourselves closer to our essence. By focusing on personal growth and becoming the best versions of ourselves, we unshackle from the heavy weight of neediness. It's akin to nurturing a garden. You wouldn't plead for a single flower to grow. You tend to the soil, water the plants, and trust in the natural process. In focusing on self-improvement, we cultivate a garden that blooms regardless of who chooses to walk through it or admire its beauty. This nurturing becomes a source of happiness. It's independent, resilient, and profoundly rewarding. So, how do we tread this path of emotional detachment? It starts with understanding that you are complete with or without someone's affirmation. Your journey is about discovering the expanses of your own sky, learning to love the freedom that comes from flying solo when necessary. Embrace Stoicism's wisdom. Focus on what is within your control. Your thoughts, your actions, growth. This doesn't mean closing your heart or turning a blind eye to love and connection. It means securing your emotional anchor in the steady ground of your being. Remember, your self-worth isn't a puzzle missing someone else's piece. It's a masterpiece in progress, complete as is yet open to adding more beauty from the world around. As we come to the end of our exploration into the art of emotional detachment, I hope you feel inspired and empowered to take control of your inner peace. Detaching from emotions doesn't mean becoming indifferent or cold. It means reclaiming the reins of your life and finding strength. As you embark on this path, remember that you are not alone. The wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus is there to guide you, just as it has guided countless others through the storms of life. Embrace the power of detachment and discover how to detach from emotions with grace. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If these insights have resonated with you, I encourage you to share this video with your loved ones. Let's spread the wisdom of Stoicism together and support each other in finding true emotional freedom. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Stoicism Awakened channel for more enlightening content. What steps will you take today to detach from emotions and reclaim your inner peace? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Until next time, may you find strength and serenity in every moment.